I found a love for me.
Hi you guys, and welcome back to DBTV. Today I want to share with you all my recent experience with the Carnival Cruise line. We sailed on the Carnival Valor ship, or Valor as my husband says. We had went from June 27th through July 1st. We left out of New Orleans, and it was a 5-day, 4-night cruise. So, the first night, I didn't take any pictures and I didn't record on the cruise. I should have after watching some YouTube reviews, but it was like you had to get permission and all that beforehand, and I ain't know no better. Next time I will though. So anyway, the first night I checked actually let me start with onboarding. Y'all, I wrote down points so I can get all this information in, and I'm still scatterbrained. So onboarding, they rushed you to get on the ship. I've been looking at some other cruise lines lately, and I've been looking at their onboarding process and, you know, their onboarding lounges, areas, you know, before you get on the actual cruise, and it just looks like 10 times better. This one was just packed, and right as we're trying to board, we got through security because my dad handicapped. No, really, he kind of is. He just has a problem with his feet. So like, we sped through the lines because of him, thank God, because we would have been waiting forever. And so we got up there, and the people, when we got to the location to put money on our card, they didn't greet you. The lady was rude. She had a whole attitude, and I told her the amount of money that I wanted to put on my card because I wanted to stay on budget. So she was like, that's all? Yeah, I'm not giving Carnival all my damn money. Yes, that's all. So we forgot that we had a $25 onboard credit too, so that still put us at a good amount of money anyway. So through all of that, we got through security, and my dad somehow or another lost his cell phone in the mix. I grabbed my bag out of the trunk when we was in the parking lot, and I was rushing because I thought I had to put my name on it. I didn't realize that the luggage tag already had our names up there. So it was just a big old mess. Long story short, after we added money on our card, my dad asked security to escort him back down to the parking lot and back up to the lounge area so that we could onboard the ship. So they found it. It was on the floor of the car. And, you know, like, coming through the parking lot, they rushed us doing that too. So my husband pulls up to the area. They told us to pull up to some stop sign inside the parking garage. He pulls up there. My husband pops up in the trunk. He's gonna get out the car, but he was real slow about it. And Carnival, the little luggage people, they come and they taking our stuff out the damn trunk. And I'm like, hold on, like, yo babe, go get them, go tend to them, because like I said, I'm rushing because I'm thinking I gotta put my name up there. Everybody's still trying to get out the car, and they're just grabbing bags and just throwing it on the damn luggage cart. So then DeAndre ended up yelling, and I'm like, look, pause, because what you're not gonna do is you're not gonna sit up here and yell at me. And it was like, I don't know, like the whole vibe with that is just, it won't there. So that was kind of like the rocky start to getting on the cruise ship. So let's speed it up. I finally get on the cruise. We all finally get up there. It's me, my mom, my dad. We all rode together. We finally get on the cruise ship, and I think DeAndre's mom, she called and was like, what are we doing? Because beforehand you could eat on what they call the Lido deck, and we wanted to go eat lunch, but with my dad and his cell phone, we couldn't go do that because I think we onboarded at like 12:30, and that ended up being like 1, and you could only eat until like 3, and it was just a whole hot mess. So as soon as you get on the ship, they put you in a whole area, the lounge area downstairs. I think like once you enter is like the 3rd floor. I don't remember. The lobby area. Yeah, I think that's deck 3. So we're all kind of stuffed in there. I got bags because you do carry-ons and all that stuff, and it's just A whole hot a mess. We didn't know that we could check into the room, so that's what his mom had called and told him. So we went to go check out the room. That's what my parents were getting ready to go do. They went to go do their own thing. We went to go look at our stuff. DeAndre's bag was there already. Mine was not. So that was another issue because I put my stuff directly on top of his. All of our stuff was right there together. But he was like, babe, don't worry about it. You know, maybe it just got mixed up when they were just separating bags and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, but it was right there. How do you... But okay, you know, so I went with it. And I couldn't get a hold to, like, the steward. I couldn't get a hold to nobody. And the person that was across the hall when I asked about the bags, because we was across from, like, a steward room or something like that. So I told them my issue, and they was like, oh, call them after 3:30. Yep. Cool thing, ma'am. After 3:30, got all my toiletries and everything else in there. Good thing I packed the extra pair of underwear in my doggone bag so I could freshen up because it was a mess. So I didn't get my bag until maybe 7 o'clock that night, 8 o'clock, somewhere up in there. It was very late by the time I got my bag. And 7 or 8 for me personally on a cruise ship when my stuff should be there, that was late. My mom, she had the same issue. She didn't get her stuff until late either. My dad's stuff had already arrived. So when I come into our room to check out our room, the first thing I do at any hotel, any place I got to lay my head, I pull them sheets back and I pull them pillows back to look and see what's going on and what's clean, what's not. I check out the bathroom, all of that. Highly disgusted. I pull the sheets back, and actually before I even pull the sheets back, you know how like they put like that cover over top of the bed, like you got some like thin sheet layer and then you have the comforter. Okay, so on that thin sheet layer, it was stains on there, like bright orange yellow stains, like food stains type stuff. So that was on that. So I pulled that back, and on the actual comforter there was hair on the sheets, and I'm like, sis, like what are y'all doing? So I pulled the pillows back and there's hair up there. So it was like somebody with, it was black hair, you could blatantly see it, and it was someone with like straight textured hair. And then the hair that I saw that was on the actual sheets was like pubes with hair, like straight textured hair. So finally I got a hold of the steward. I'm like, look, listen, my sheets are dirty, it's hair on my sheets, it's stains on the sheets, I need y'all to change this. And so me and DeAndre eventually went downstairs and I told my dad what happened. My dad was like, oh, I would have ripped the covers up and put everything on the floor. And I was like, no, because what if they take that same crap and put it right back on the bed? I ain't got time for it. And I was trying not to be rude, but it was just, I was disgusted because I've never went inside of a room, any place that I've stayed at a hotel or anything, and it was just dirty. Like, I just... So as time went on, the towels and stuff in the restroom, it was clean the first day. Second day, I had a problem. Third day, I had a problem. Fourth day, look, listen, I was pulling hair out of the damn washcloth, and one of the washcloths in there was so dirty that I had to ask DeAndre to use that for the day. Well, as we're getting off the ship, because I just couldn't, like, stuff like that. I can't. I'm a partial germaphobe, and you know, you're coming to like a community you're coming to a community area and you want your stuff, you know, to at least seem like it's clean. So like even with the sheets and stuff, like the first night when we laid down to take a nap, I couldn't even get underneath the sheets for him. The stewardess, he changed the sheets or whatever, but it was still hair up there. So I was just laying there on the bed in my clothes, and I was laying on DeAndre because I just didn't feel comfortable in the bed. The couch was dirty. It was like they just didn't clean the room, and like as time went on, I was finding like hair of different ethnicities around the room, and it was getting on my belongings, and I was just highly grossed out. Carnival Valor, you're trifling. And I promise you, by the time I get done with this, y'all might be losing some more customers after this, because they were supposed to send me a survey also. Didn't send me a survey, but they sent it to my husband, so I had to snatch his survey and I still had to fill that out. Everybody else got their stuff and I didn't get mine, but it's fine. I'm gonna do it on his, and it's gonna be real nasty. And I heard that Carnival doesn't take the negative reviews onto their website, so here go the video right here, Carnival, to back up that review that y'all are about to get. But anyway, moving on. That's enough about the room. We chose the ocean view room, and I like looking at the ocean and all of that, and you know, it was nice. And people were saying, you know, with the ocean view, oh well, at night, you know, you can't see out. Yeah, you can. It's not pitch black, at least for the Valor. Where we stayed, it wasn't pitch black, and I could still see the ocean waves and stuff. They only had 2 movie channels, perfectly fine, because by the time we went to bed, it was bad. So day 2 was a fun day at sea. Listen, so what did we do day 2? I cannot remember, but I do know somewhere in between there was like a liquor tasting. So you know how like you go to the frozen yogurt shop and they give you the little sample cups? All right, so it was a little bit like that. They filled the liquor up to the halfway mark of that. So you got a little tiny cup and they filled it like halfway of that. Okay, I'll give y'all a better example. You know when you go get a tattoo and they use little tiny cups? That's how much liquor I got in that little cup to taste. And the liquor that you were tasting was stuff that you can go buy at the liquor store. So it wasn't even nothing spectacular on top of that. And you can only taste 2 things. So what we tasted was Henny and some Sheridan. Sheridan is a liqueur, it's a coffee liqueur. And they also had Ciroc there. I think it was the summertime watermelon they got out right now. You could taste that too. So that was that. I was just kind of expecting a little bit more, and I didn't get that more. Like shopping, there wasn't no shopping. They had a little gift shop. Okay, all right, hold on, let me back it up. They had a gift shop. They had one was a gift shop, one was a jewelry store, the other was a candy place. That's all they had. They tried to give like, you know, little incentives and, you know, come in that time you get a free bracelet and of course, you know, go buy something. But it just, you know, you go to other cruise ships, and this is just because I've done research and I know. And the only reason why we did the Carnival Valor, like I said, was a family reunion type deal. Only reason why we wouldn't have gone. I completely would have went somewhere else. Totally. They have shopping malls, literally full-blown shopping malls on the doggone ship. So to get a jewelry store where I got to go spend some more money, which I did not. They did not get me caught up because this one is unemployed. They tried it. No, I'm not proud of it, but I'm just saying because they was like, oh yeah, I filled out this application because I was looking for bands to put on my ring. And I just wanted to look at it simply. But I put 0 up there because I ain't got no income. And my husband's like, well, you got to put something. I was like, oh, you want to fill out the application? He's like, no. So that's kind of that. All right. So I want to say the first night we just kind of chilled. And I think they had comedy that night. So we looked at the little comedy club, got lit. And it just wasn't really too much to do on the ship, and that kind of, you know, irked my nerves a little bit. They did have some deli places up there. I'm lying. They had one deli place up there. They had a barbecue place. They had Guy's Burger Joint. They had a buffet line. They had 2 of those, mainly for breakfast. So it seemed like one side was for breakfast, the other side was for dinner. They had some seafood places. They had a steakhouse, but you had to pay for all of that. As we're talking about food, so back to day 2, but that was literally all we did the first night was the comedy club, and we ate. That was it. So day 2, we did some more comedy clubs, and we had some food from the buffet line. They did have some cookies up there, and they was bomb, and I dipped it in the tiramisu. They had a deconstructed tiramisu, and I just dipped it in there, and I ate it, and it was so freaking delicious. The shrimp that they had, I tried one because I had already eaten. I had ate at the deli. I had a Reuben. It was the bomb. Ice cream was 24 hours. Pizza was 24 hours. That's it. So by the time you got done going to the club, in which we did that too on day 2 because his cousins was there and his aunt and his uncle, it was only pizza. That got old real quick. I love pizza, but the pizza wasn't nothing to like write home about. It was thin crust. It wasn't a lot of sauce up there. It wasn't a lot of toppings. It was just, you know, it was just alright. And because that was the only thing open, that's kind of like all you was gonna eat. You was gonna eat that, or your ass was gonna starve till the next morning. Yeah, no, I won't have that. I'm not trying to, you know, make this a whole negative review or anything. It's just, this is what happened. This is my experience, and that's just, it sucks that this was our first cruise experience, but it is what it is. And I'm just sharing it with you guys. So, like I said, you know, went to the club. It was called One Little Step or something like that. It was good the first, I want to say, did we go the first night? I can't remember if we went the first or the second night. But anyway, we went there and it was okay. The first night they was playing some bomb music. When we went that second time, we basically all just ate ice cream, pizza, and went to bed. Deli, it stayed up until 11 p.m. I was pissed about that because them sandwiches was bomb, and they made sure it was nice and heated up so that, you know, we could eat it hot, and it wasn't, you know how sometimes you'll make a sandwich here at home. Let's use grilled cheese. Let's say you're making a hot ham and cheese grilled cheese sandwich. From my experience, I got these little electric stoves, not by choice, military, thanks. The inside still be cold. So yeah, no, my sandwich was heated all the way through. I enjoyed that thoroughly. I got the Reuben every time I ate there. And then DeAndre, he had the, what did he have? He had a grilled cheese, and then he tried the Cuban, and he had the hot ham and cheese, and he liked it. He said it was really good. So that's what he ate. I want to say, I'm trying to get everything together as to what we did. Let's skip on over to, no, that fun day at sea. No, still on day 2. I'll insert some pictures. We went to Red Frog Cafe. It was a bar that was on the ship, and we had a fishbowl. It was good. I don't know what the hell he gave us. I want to say he gave us the Red Frog Tropical Punch. I don't know, some red drink we had. And then we came back maybe the 3rd or 4th day, and we had a Caribbean iced tea. It was good. When we went to the comedy club, we had a punch liner. I was passed out. By the time we drank that, we was good. Like, we was good. So the second, like, we went to Cozumel too, so we did that on the 3rd day. I'm trying to put in my events and what I did in which day, but I can't really. Anyway, when we got to Cozumel, it was day 3, and we did a beach excursion. So it was me, my mom, my dad, DeAndre, and his mom. We paid for his mom to come. Then we paid for her umbrella. I'm sorry, I won't pay for nothing else. I just couldn't. It was $29.95, I think, for that excursion. That's not bad. But once you actually got up there, there were other things that you could purchase, which were, they had snorkeling, zip lining, wave runner, jet skis, paddleboarding. We just got in the water because, listen, the excursion started at 9 o'clock. We didn't get this at 10 o'clock. We didn't leave until like 10:30. Then you had to take taxis to go. So the excursion was from 9 to 12. We ended up leaving because DeAndre really wanted to do jet skis. I was terrified, scared the death to do some jet skis, but I was gonna do it with him. But I'm kind of glad we didn't do it. But because like you go so far out in the ocean to do that stuff, they was racing and they was just doing all this crazy stuff. DeAndre is into like motorcycles and all that, and he crazy. So I already knew he was gonna do something stupid on that jet ski. But anyway, we couldn't go. So it was like 11 o'clock. Like I said, the excursions was at 12. We ended up leaving at like 11:30. Every time we went up there to go check on the jet skis, they were saying that they were sold out. DeAndre was like, oh well, on the app you could purchase. So I was like, did you see it beforehand? Because I didn't see it. I didn't know that. He was like, yeah, I saw it. So after a while, I was like, you know, screw it, because you saw it. You saw we could have paid for it in advance and you didn't say nothing about it. Like, we actually set money out for excursions and for liquor. We knew that's what we wanted to do. That's strictly what we set money out for. But yeah, he, you know, we didn't care. I didn't care after that. So, you know, that's just kind of how that went. And it just sucked because kind of everything was sold out already. So we got in the water. The water was crystal blue. It was clear. I enjoyed it. I liked it because, honey, when I tell you I was hot, that's an understatement. And that water was so cold. The only thing I didn't like about it is that the beach was very rocky. Like they said, and I prepared for that. I had water shoes and stuff like that. But I thought that was just like the sanded area. I didn't know when you actually went into the beach, the ocean water, they had fishes in that jank. They had some seaweed. They had corals up in that bit. They had actually, like, I mean, like actual like living habitats for these fish. Like, they was coming in and out. So they was like these big, you know, rocky areas in the actual water. And I'm like, I done slipped on it a couple times, so that was like not enjoyable. I'm very clumsy, but that water was cold and I enjoyed it. When we got out, we went to a couple of shops. We went to a couple of shops and I made sure to get my tequila. I got some rum cakes and I got Zachary. I had a souvenir cup and I got a little souvenir. Actually, I'll show it to you guys. Hold up. Alright, y'all, my camera cut off for some apparent reason as soon as I got up to go get the souvenirs. But that's what I got. I got this. And I just thought it was the cutest thing ever. And I got the 2 shot glasses and a little baby bottle of tequila. It got a little hat. Only thing I'm sad about is because we're getting ready to PCS soon and I have to open the package. But I just thought it was the cutest thing ever. My little shot glasses, and I didn't realize that it had like the little band down here, so I'll probably just open it right here and unscrew it and drink the liquor that way. And then also I got me some tequila, as I said, 1800. Y'all have already seen it in some videos. I got the wooden top. We are engraved writing here. Everything on the back is in Espanol. And also with this tequila, because we were trying to look at the differences in between tequila that, like, if you bought in the States and over there in Mexico. Also, this part is engraved and it's wood, like I said. So like the 1800 that you would buy if you went to like a liquor store, it says up there made in Mexico, imported. I mean, it says that it's imported from Mexico, and this one is actually just strictly made in Mexico, and everything on the back is Spanish. You won't find that on the regular. This is like my utmost favorite tequila ever. I could taste the difference in between the freshness, all of that, like all of it. So definitely this has got an engravement on it too, so it's just minor tweaks that you can find. I got it's a 1 liter, and I also have it in the gold also, because DeAndre was like, what about the gold? Because that's how we found out about the Mexican tequila, was because one of my associates that came over, he had Jose Cuervo. It was actually from Mexico itself, and I was like, yo, that's good. And I don't like Jose Cuervo. Y'all gonna hear me say it 1,001 times. Only time I get it is when I cannot afford the 1800, which is very rare. And they started putting the big bottles back in the classics, so that's good. But yeah, it tastes cheaper. But that Jose Cuervo that my associate had, it was gold, and it was so good. It was crisp, like it was really good, and I could taste the difference in between that and normal Jose Cuervo, even though I buy silver. But yeah. I'm reading my notes. Let's see. Trying to make sure I covered everything. Like I said, you know, with the food, it just kind of bothered me because you coming out the club, or if you drunk, you can't get nothing else. Like, that's it. All you was getting this pizza. So I want to say Cozumel, and which was day 3, and then day 4, which was another fun day at sea. The only thing we ended up eating was from the sub shop, so we had to really maneuver our time. We did a comedy that night of Cozumel, and I told him I'm not eating pizza. So 9:45 was the time frame for the comedy show. After the comedy show, we went to go grab our sandwiches. DeAndre ate his right then. I took mine, I think, to the room or something, and then I ate some of it, and then where did I go? Oh, DeAndre was tired then. Haha. So I saved my sandwich. But all day, if we could eat, we ate guys burgers all day. That's all we ate, and we just kept switching up our sandwiches. Yo, them burgers were the bomb. Also, I failed to mention, so like when you're in your room and like you flush the toilet, they got like their own septic system. So like the water I brushed my teeth with, yeah, that was fresh. I could smell it straight fresh. That was good. That toilet water after you flush it is like mad pissy, and I was like, is it me, or I had to step out of the room and ask the actor or the bathroom because I didn't know, you know. What? I'm human and I'm a female, and you know, so but after a while the room was starting to smell real pissy, and it was like they didn't change the shower curtains and they didn't really wash it like they said they were gonna wash, because I had to store that the whole day. Like, I was so anal about it. It was a whole hot mess. But what else? Day 4, fun day at sea. We did trivia. They had the Fresh Prince trivia. I want to say I got 18 out of 20 correct because I like completely had a brain fart. My uncle, he ended up being one of the final contestants, and some other lady, and I was like, dude, you got me by like 1. I was almost up there competing with you. So we did do that. They had some type of marriage game show. I wanted to be on that really, really bad, but we just did not fall within the categories. DeAndre, y'all, he's soft-spoken, y'all. I can't even get him in the video. Y'all see how hard it is. This is turned to BTV instead of DBTV. I even came down to editing the videos. My dog went, so yeah. So we did that. The game show was really, really good. What else? We went back to the comedy club day 4. We kind of did comedy club every night with Scotty K. So he had a PG-13 show, and then he also had a rated R show. The rated R show, of course, was much better than the PG-13. The funniest thing ever, at one of the comedy shows, Scotty K was talking about ADHD. Long story short, there was a boy, and he had ADHD. Scotty K was talking about ADHD. This boy was about 10 years old, because Scotty K had already asked him his name, you know, how old he was and all that extra ooey goodness. So, boy about 10 years old. Alright, y'all, I'm back. My camera just kept, I got the Sony. It's overheating. I've only been recording on it for, what? Maybe 30 minutes-ish, somewhere up in there. Anyway, so... like I was saying, 10-year-old, and he got his feelings hurt. He got ADHD. He went back and told his mom after Scotty K made the joke. He went back and told his mom that, Mom, I have ADHD. And so I guess she patted him up because he got offended or whatever. She patted him up and then sent him back up there to the front. He chose to sit at the very front. Dude, this little boy was like a know-it-all. So it was like, he kind of had it gunning for him. It was hilarious to us, but like, it was sad, but it was hilarious. It's ADHD, come on. It is what it is. Everybody got a minor case of ADHD. Somebody's gonna get sidetracked. I get sidetracked. Like, it was just funny. But anyway, that was a little episode that we saw there. My mom caught it and she was telling me and DeAndre about it. I told DeAndre because I was sitting beside my mom. Yeah. Okay. So another thing about Scotty K. Scotty K is a pastor. DeAndre, we all enjoyed his comedy sketches. And so we decided to do some more research when we got home about Scotty K after my parents and everybody left. What we've come to discover and found out was that his content is 7 years old. 7. Like, in between 7 years ago and 2019, like, you really could not produce any more comedy sketches. That turned me off. So it was kind of funny when we were there and under the influence, and then when we got home and found out that it was 7 years old, we were like, oh yeah, no, but it, like, you know, it just kind of sucked, you know, for our first cruise that's what we encountered. I ended up being bored. Like, there was nothing to, like, really do. Like, they had the casino and me and my cousins, we were playing on it, but it was just one machine. Dinner. We ended up doing the dinner day 2. That night we had to dress up, the captain's dinner. It was, you know, you got to dress up and all that. Oh, goodness. People coming in there looking like who did it and what for, bruh. If I had my camera. But anyway, I found an old dress. DeAndre found some old clothes and he had a new shirt because he just needs some new clothes too. But I had what did I have? I had prime rib. I had baked potato. I had sour cream and some cheese and some bacon bits. What else did I have? I was eating up the little rolls, but I was trying not to get too full of bread, and I was trying to wait for my food. I did not get served a stick knife. My appetizer, I had some shrimp, and these little baby shrimp was about this big, y'all. About that big in the middle. And DeAndre had some grilled shrimp, and they were supposed to have been jumbo, but they were like the size of like a normal size shrimp as to what they should have been. My shrimp was served, you know, watery, and it didn't taste fresh. My prime rib, it was tender. The sauce on it made it edible. My baked potato, like I said, I wasn't trying to get full completely off the carbs because then I wouldn't have been able to eat or drink or anything else that whole night, and I would have been sad. It was just like, and the only reason why we even came to dinner, because I didn't want to come to dinner, we sat at the table with his uncle, his real uncle, and his wife. They was mad chill. But there was also a cousin there, which was, okay, let me break it down to you. So Dre got an aunt. He got a real aunt. Actually, his mama was there. So his mama's sister. So his mama's sister, her husband, we were sitting at the table with her. I can't remember her name. Doesn't even matter. So anyway, we were sitting with DeAndre's uncle, because the real uncle that we were sitting with, that was his real uncle. But we were sitting with his uncle's cousin. And it was that real, it was his real cousin. So we were sitting with her. She's not married, actually, come to find out. So we were sitting with her, some dude, because we don't know who the heck he is, and some girl, because we don't know who the heck she is as either. So we were sitting with them, and it was just like, I told DeAndre I didn't want to go because I knew the food was going to be like, I don't know. Well, actually, I didn't know how the food was going to be, but I just didn't want to go. I just had a bad feeling I didn't want to go. And they were just clowning the whole night. That cousin, like, she was so ratchet. Like, you know, nobody at the table knew that I had gastric sleeve or anything that I knew of. I know, you know, his grandmother, his aunt, and his mom knew about it. They know. But, you know, nobody at the table, they didn't know anything about it. So, like, it was just so, it was the most awkward thing ever. So, the wait staff, they didn't, like, acknowledge you. One of the, you know, one of the people at the table, they were calling the server. The server is standing here working. The girl was sitting right here. He heard her. He went to go do what he wanted to finish doing and then came back to her. So it was like that throughout the whole ship. You couldn't ask somebody for no directions who worked for Carnival on that ship. They ain't know, or they gave the wrong directions. Like, I have an issue with acknowledging, and then you don't look me in the eyeballs when I'm talking to you. So that was a whole nother thing. What was good was when we did go to Guy's Burgers, we ended up taking our food upstairs because DeAndre, like, he just got sick of, like, literally everybody. DeAndre is so quiet, so by the time he get mad, he mad. So, like, we ended up going upstairs, we ate, and we met someone. Her name was Niputu, and she was so chill, so laid back, and we were telling her about the lemonade, how it was nasty from downstairs, so she got us the, some that she poured out for us, and it was the bomb. And she was really cool. We talked to her. She was very accommodating, and even throughout the ship, she would come, you know, when we were downstairs getting food on different days, she would come and speak to us. Like, she was really personable. We enjoyed her. And some people that were around my dad when we were eating at different times of the day, and we'd go sit down with him, his wait staff was really personable. This is not in a diner. This was just on the Lido deck 9, and, you know, with the buffet and all that stuff like that. They were personable. But the ship, it was just dirty. Nothing was ever clean. It was just, you know, they had bingo up there, but of course that was extra $20 to like $60 to play, and I just won't, because I didn't allot money for that. I didn't want to pay $20 I didn't want to. Because, you know, bingo, the more cards you got and all that, you know, the greater chances of you winning, unless you just madly get lucky. But we kept seeing this ratchet cousin, right, at dinner. I had to back it back up, and like, she was on our floor for like where we stayed at in the hotel, well, in our room. So, and I was like, who is that? Because she was like, the only time we saw her was like, she was always drunk and walking crazy and talking mad loud and all over. She's sloppy drunk. So, like, I always gave her that eye. Me and DeAndre just always looked at each other. And then here we come. We had dinner. We had to sit with them and eat with them. So we ate. And I was like, I'm ready to go. They all looked at us like, you know, and then, like, as soon as, like, we sat down to the table, we got, like, interrogated. And they wanted to know why we didn't come to dinner the other night, the first night that we got there on the cruise ship. And I was like, because we didn't want to. Like, it wasn't, you know, like, we weren't required to be there. The only date that the grandma asked everybody to be there was when that second day, which was a Friday, we came there, dressed up, we did what we had to do. That was that. And I don't know, it was just so awkward, y'all. And like, when we booked the ship, when we booked the ship and when we booked the dinner, we thought we was going to be sitting together. That wasn't even it. Like, with the grandma, the aunt and uncle, the real aunt, and his mom and his real grandma, we thought we was going to be at the table over there like that. No, we was all in the same area, different tables, different couples mixed in and all that. And it's just, I don't know. You know, Carnival Valor, that was like, I'm sorry, excuse my French, but that was the most shittiest cruise I have ever went on. I am embarrassed that that was my first cruise that I went on. The ship is an older model, but in 2016, it had just gotten renovated. So, I just wish there was more to do, because we got bored very quickly. We did the same thing. We got drunk. Like, the pools was like overcrowded. We could never get in the pool. And then one of the kids spit up in the doggone pool, so they had closed the pool at one point in time. It was just kids everywhere, and it was just like, I just didn't. They were even on the levels that they weren't supposed to be on. Next time, I'm booking with the MSC. and that's probably gonna be at Christmas, so hopefully y'all get a better review then. I'm definitely looking to and actively like booking for that now. This sucked, and this is a lot packed into one video because it freaking sucked. But yeah, you know, Cozumel, we went downtown and just wasn't really much there either. Speaking of Cozumel too, so like his grandmother and family, and like DeAndre's aunt and the kids, they went to like some free beach. We ain't know nothing about it because we would have did the free beach, not what we did, and we would have been with the family, but we ain't know. And they was like, oh well, we just, you know, and I was like, okay, yeah, whatever, we just did our own thing. Never again will I sell Carnival Valor. Crappy experience, and this was my update. This is what I've been up to besides the other videos. If you like this video, actually, if this video was informative, go ahead and hit that like button, and then go ahead over there in that upper right hand corner and subscribe, and then go ahead and tell your people about the channel if y'all want to see other things. Go ahead and comment. Let me know what y'all's thoughts. You know, have y'all went on a cruise? What was the best cruise line for y'all? You know, just kind of talk to me. Let me know your thoughts and feelings and how I'm doing and stuff like that. Even if video sucks, you know, just let me know that too, because then I'll, you know, try to tailor it and do something different. But yeah, I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Gotta do my thumbnails. Bye, y'all.